to the Chef's Pantry. I'm Anna Rossi, and today I'm bringing you comfort. We are making Sicilian sausage bread with a caper-churri and a bright light salad with a secret ingredient that I bet you have waiting for you in your refrigerator. This is the show you don't want to miss. Okay, so let's start with our Sicilian sausage bread. Think garlic bread, but instead of stuffing it with garlic and butter and herbs, we're gonna stuff delicious baguette with sausage. How great is this? Okay, so here I have some nice manageable baguettes, some fresh mozzarella cheese that's sliced about 1/4 inch thick, and then some really good sweet Italian sausage that we're going to amp up. Also, outside, if you're like me, you love grilling all year round, so I have my grill preheated, because if you do love winter grilling, especially in New England, give your grill a chance to preheat. It's a lot of stainless steel out there, and the more time you have, about 20 to 30 minutes to bring it to temperature, will give you a lot of control, like your oven. Okay, but you can also do this in your oven. It's very versatile. We like that, right? Okay, so sweet Italian sausage, you can buy it in its casing in the meat section. You can also buy it like pre-packaged in a tube. Look at the back of the ingredients, and it can give you sort of a roadmap for some flavors that you might want to punch up even further. So this is delicious on its own. It already has some smoked paprika, some garlic and onion powder, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. But I want to put more flavor in there because this is a Sicilian-inspired dish. So here we have crushed raw garlic. I have oregano and parsley powder, and then I also have some fresh parsley. But really, I mean, put in the flavors that you love and also that you have available. Like, think pantry staples, keep it easy. I love getting those fresh herbs in with something that's mixed with the dry ingredients. The dry herbs have a little bit more punch to them, but then that freshness really gives you that rounded out flavor. Okay, this is what I love so much, is fennel pollen. Order this online. Sometimes it's hard to find at the supermarket, but fennel pollen, if you love the notes of fennel seed, the pollen has just this extra complexity and little bit of like flower note that makes you think of like summer harvest. That just is beautiful. It's poetry in our sausage. Okay, and then I'm kind of going like meatballish, and I'm adding just a little touch of Parmigiano. And then to make things juicy and happy to be together, a little red wine vinegar. But the thing that I love about a nice sweet Italian sausage blend is that it has a really great fat content already built in. And we're going to throw this stuffed into the baguette, but over direct flame. So having that fat that will render and soak into our crusty baguette is going to be magnificent. So I did a delicious white lasagna a couple weeks ago in the Chef's Pantry, and I know some of you really noticed what I was doing with putting the raw sausage meat into the lasagna, because sometimes you would cook something, render it, drain it, and then use that as the ingredient. But really capitalizing on the delicious flavor that you get in all the aspects of the raw meat and keeping it in the contained boat of the baguette will be something that we all benefit from. Okay, so a little bit of heat, red pepper, black pepper, and a little bit of kosher salt. And this looks delicious. I love seeing that pop of parsley that's going to be really showing off when it hits the grill. Okay, so pick out your favorite baguette. Give it a good little squeeze, slice it linearly down the center, and then hollow it out. This is a great start for collecting breadcrumbs. Toast those up with a little bit of olive oil, some Italian seasoning, sprinkle them on a delicious salad for a little bit of crunch, or your favorite pasta, and you are good to go and not wasting a thing. But we want to create space for these delicious fillings. Okay, so now the stuffing. I like getting, to keep things simple, the mozzarella that's pre-sliced. And this also has a nice water content. It has a great fat content. And we're going to really melt and get things cheesy and delicious into this little pocket that was like made for these medallions. Can you taste this already? Like, this is the type of food, when you think about après, you hit the slopes. I'm gonna make you dinner. This is something that you could serve up sliced around the solo stove after a chilly hike outside. This is really delicious winter fare, as well as great for summer barbecue. It does well all season long. Okay, so in goes the mozzarella, and now we're going to basically mimic the shape of sausage links. Get a nice little handful of the ground sweet Italian sausage that we've beautifully seasoned, that's wet thanks to the red wine vinegar and all those great ingredients. And then we're going to just kind of create these like really generous, meaty logs that hold the shape of the baguette form. And then I'm going to just sort of pack it down around the side. So it's like encapsulating the bread sponge for maximizing flavor. Okay, we'll get that packed down there. And then if you like something with a bit of heat, go ahead and add some red pepper. Some red pepper that we like is like a traditional cayenne that's been pureed. I also really love Aleppo pepper as well as Espelette. Those are some great little heat sources that you can punch up the flavor. Okay, so we're gonna be a little bit handsy with this so it really gets in all that great shape. And then for the grill, I have it on high, but then when this hits the grill, I'm gonna drop the heat to about medium, close the lid and get a little bit of kind of convection rotation. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so fantastic. Okay. And you know what else I'm gonna throw on the grill because it also loves that high heat are shishito peppers. These are so delicious to snack on. 1 in 10 is hot, so be careful, but overall they're basically really mild and they're going to love being kissed by that blistering heat that we have ready for these sausage breads. Okay, meet me out at the grill. Ooh, it's cozy out here. Talk about wanting to gather around a heat source. Okay, sizzling hot grill. The heat I just dropped down to medium, and I'm gonna throw the meat on flesh side down onto the grill. That's a good sign. When you hear that delicious sizzle, that means you've done your job preheating, my friends. Okay, and then just at the end, we'll toss it to give the bottom side a little kiss. Okay, I'm gonna drop the heat just a little bit because when you drop the heat to a little bit lower temperature, it gives the meat a chance to cook through before you just sort of burn that exterior crust. And then with these great shishito peppers, give them the last little smear of olive oil, and I'm gonna place those over here so they get some nice blistering marks. Okay, so this will take a couple of minutes. I'm gonna drop the hood and then we'll get our cheesy goodness on. Woo, woo! These look so good. Okay, so these, I'm gonna pop in my preheated oven to just keep warm while we whisk up our caper-churri and our delicious vinaigrette. How good do those look? Okay, and then, woo, shishito poppers, anyone? Look at those. Oh, it's misty out there. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven, keep them warm until we're ready to serve. When we come back, we're gonna make a caper-churri. See you in a few. Okay, just really quick, I want you to know how much it means to me that you're joining me in the kitchen, and I want to know you are here. So drop a comment down below, say hi, let me know you stopped by. Also, give this a like, and my guess is you're a foodie and probably have some friends that might want to gather a recipe or two to add to their kitchen repertoire. So share it. Also, hey, if you have any brands, products, recipe ideas, ingredients that you think we should try right here in the chef's pantry, I want to know. Okay, let's get back into the kitchen. Welcome back to the chef's pantry. Can you smell the aroma of grilled Italian sausage? It is like the true winter treat today in the kitchen. So we have some delicious sausage bread staying warm in the oven that is like layered in mozzarella. But now I want to brighten things with a really nice dressing or topping for this meaty and cheesy bite. So I'm gonna go with a version of chimichurri, traditionally made with parsley or cilantro, a great red wine base, and garlic. This one is going to have the cornerstone be a big briny caper flavor base. So I have freshly minced parsley, I have caper, I have garlic, I have red wine vinegar, and then I'm gonna fold in some of that fennel pollen that we worked with in the Italian sausage blend. So it's going to be a nice sort of communication among these ingredients, and also using what you have, right? Okay, so loads of parsley. I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of the capers and then save a tablespoon for after I'm done blitzing this, so you get that great pop and texture. I love the brininess of capers. They have big salinity. They come from just really, they have a tough life growing on rocks and grease. So they've been through a lot and it comes through in big flavor. Okay, and then that great red wine acidic punch. And then use it when you're doing something like this that really is a showpiece on a dish. Good quality olive oil. This we got from this really cool market in Fall River called Portugalia, and it's grassy. It has a little bit of heat in it, so when I'm seasoning with my salt and pepper, which I put over here, I'm going to take that into consideration. The capers are also salty, so we'll taste before we finish things off. And I'm probably going to maybe add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil after I see what sort of texture we're working with. I don't need things to be super smooth. I like that rustic texture, but I do want things to be well incorporated. Oh, cool. It has the familiarity of a chimichurri with the garlic and the parsley, but the capers are awesome. They are awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit more so it gets juicy and has some great liquid to travel along our little sausage bed. Okay. Yum. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put this in a little serving bowl, and then we'll fold in the rest of the capers. Look at that beautiful green color. I love taking an ingredient like the freshly minced parsley. I folded it in to the Italian sausage, and then also having a bright, fresh sauce like this, even in the dead of winter, just makes the hearty meals that can feel a little bit heavy, lighter. And then we're going to just go ahead and toss in those little extra caper berries. You know what would also be so good as a finishing garnish is frying up a few of these berries too. When capers get fried, they burst open and get crispy, almost like a chickpea, and they're really awesome. Okay, so this is ready for our bread. Let me get my oven mitts and we'll pull it from the oven. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, oh. I see some warm mozzarella. Okay, yum. Now, let's go ahead and move these bad boys over here. Look at that. That mozzarella is being so dramatic. I like it a lot. Oh, and that baguette crisped up so nicely. Okay. That great caramelization on the outside of the Italian sausage, that oozy mozzarella cheese, and then look at this bright, braggy green color of fresh, big, briny flavor that we're just going to pour on top to give it that great burst. Balanced out, when you have things that have that fattiness, like with a good blend of Italian sausage and cheese, balancing it with something acidic just really flexes your chef muscles. Okay, yum. You could even sprinkle a little freshly minced parsley on top there too. Okay, let's give it a test before we serve it to the crowds, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna serve this almost in like modest ladylike fingers. Now that we went over the top in all the flavor, why not have a little bit of, look at this. Oh, look at that flavor. Just the right bite size to pair with a bright green salad. What do you think? Oh my God. That is so good. It is so good. All the flavor right here. Sicilian sausage bread right here. Okay. but I do think we should lighten things up. When we come back, let's make a really light, bright, delicious vinaigrette with simple ingredients, and one that I bet you wouldn't expect. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, just really quick, I want you to know how much it means to me that you're joining me in the kitchen, and I want to know you are here. So drop a comment down below, say hi, let me know you stopped by. Also, give this a like, and my guess is you're a foodie and probably have some friends that might want to gather a recipe or two to add to their kitchen repertoire. So share it. Also, hey, if you have any brands, products, recipe ideas, ingredients that you think we should try right here in the chef's pantry, I want to know. Okay, let's get back into the kitchen. Welcome back to the chef's pantry. Okay, before we get heartburn, let's lighten things up with some bright leafy greens. Okay, so here I have some nice little red leaf lettuce. I'm gonna give it a little spin. You know what I love to do, even when I get a delicious like triple washed pack of greens, is submerge it in the colander, in the bucket with ice water. And I just feel like it gets everything nice and perky and full of life and that perfect texture that's salad ready. Okay, so these I just gave a light tear with my hands, and they're ready to be tossed with an awesome vinaigrette. I love making my own salad dressing. Typically I would use a red wine or apple cider vinegar base, but guess what? We are crazy for pickles and also cornichon. We actually just had a raclette party where you pour gooey cheese on potatoes and meat, and it's awesome. But you have to pair it as the French would with delicious cornichon or little baby pickles. So I have this is all that's left from our party. But again, like the Italian sausage, look at the back of the ingredients, because all of a sudden you discover there's some really awesome flavors in this pickle brine. You could also use just traditional pickles. This one has a handy base, but this has the white wine vinegar. It already has some whole grain mustard floating around in there, as well as some garlic and onion and some great flavors. And I'll enjoy those 3 little pickles paired with this in just a minute. And then guess what? I have a jar ready to shake. So it's about a 1-to-3 ratio of the vinegar, or 1-to-2 ratio, depending on how much acidity you like, of the brine with a good quality extra virgin olive oil. So treat yourself. You get the health benefits and you get the flavor. And the nice thing is that the vinegar and the oil separate, so you'll get that great visual cue of where you stand in your ratios. And then I'm gonna add flavor. Here I have some minced shallot, which is in the onion family, but it is just very mild, and I feel like it blends in and it gets nice and buttery. A touch of raw garlic. This was 1 clove, but when garlic is raw, it can really linger, so I'm not gonna put the whole clove in. And then I have a little bit of honey. This is my dad's honey from his dedicated bees, and I think a little touch of sweetness will be a nice addition. It's cold in the kitchen, can you tell? Don't hold your breath while we wait for the drizzle. So I'm gonna add probably about a 1/2 teaspoon, but we'll taste this before we drizzle it on top of the greens. And then a little bit of mustard. Like we have already some flavor starting to build in the base of the cornichon or pickle brine, but I like the texture of it also. And then we shake, baby, shake. We shake until it gets nice and emulsified and creamy, and then this will sit well in your refrigerator for a week or 2, but I doubt it will even last that long. Okay, look at that. Look at that beautiful mustard golden color with that little bit of texture. Oh, I love it. You know what, I actually forgot to add the salt and pepper, but the brine has so much salt already in there, it doesn't even need it. And then the mustard has a little bit of kick. So I'm just gonna toss in these greens into my little salad bowl and then give a little drizzle of the vinaigrette. And I love that you're using something that you love in a new way. How fun is that? Okay, so dinner for one. I'm gonna have to share these with the Rossi men. They're gonna freak out when they try how good this dishes. Okay, because I am a lady, believe it or not, I'm gonna go heavy on the salad. I love that heaping pile of greens. And then I'm gonna bring in just a modest couple fingers over here to serve on the side, like so. Oh my God, and you guys, I totally forgot about our poor little peppers. Okay, so I'm just going to finish these off with a little bit of truffle-infused salt. A little wedge of lemon would also be fantastic. And these are also ready to pair. Oh, snappy, blistered, salty, and perfect. Visually, it looks like I'm eating mostly salad, but you know where the real meat and potatoes are here. Okay, I just need a fork, and this is how we're gonna do it right. Let me try a bite of these greens. It's good for digestion, if I can get it. Making simple things complicated. That is delicious. From my kitchen to yours. Bon appetit. I'll see you next week. Oh, man.